Hello, Professor and everyone. I'm Hw7. I'm here to finish the radio question and the second one in homework 7. So let's see the question 8 in homework 7. In this question, we are given a person process, and we should the first question is the number nt1 and t2 of the point ti in the interval t1 and t2 of lines t is the person random variable with the parameter lambda. The second parameter is if the interval t1 and t2, t3 and t4 are non-overlaps, then the random variable nt1, t2 and nt3, t4 are independent. And third parameter is at the time moment t, there is no more and no person point. Using the point ti, we form a process at xt, and we had know the image of this process. And the question is, we should calculate the expected value of xt and the auto correlation of the t1 and t2. Well, actually, the person process is very familiar for us since we had calculate much times in the chapter we had learned before. First of all, we should know the expected value of this process. So since we had know the process formula just like this, so and we had no regular formula that about the person process like this. So on this formula, we should do some differentiation, and we do many times about the parameter lambda. After 3 or 4 times, we can get this value. So this value is very similar like the how we can get the result of the expected value of this processor. Actually, they are just as the same, so we can know the expected value of x is equals to lambda. Well, the last part question is how to calculate the differentiation about this process. Actually, we have no necessary to calculate this because we had to know the result of this is equals to lambda also. And if we want to do the calculation formula, we just like the same processor we had done before, just after some differentiation, we can get the calculator of this. So the differentiation of the process is just like the expected value of 2 powers of x minus lambda 2 powers of this. So after the calculation, it is very easy for us to get the result that the differentiation of this process is also equals to lambda, and the expected value of the xt is equals to lambda times t. So the expected value of the xt is equals to lambda t. That's the first one. The second one is actually more easier. There are 2 parts in this process we should get the result of when t2 is larger than t1. xt1 is equals to xt1 minus x0, and xt2 is minus xt2 minus 0. And these 2 parts are independent. So the auto correlation is just like this formula, because it is equal to expected value of xt1 minus times xt2. So after the workshop of the formula, we can get this result. And when x1 is larger than x2, the result is actually just at the formula way. So after the workshop of the formula, we can get this autocorrelation is equals to lambda times the minimum value of T1 and T2 plus lambda times T1 and T2. So that's basically all the way in this question.